Hello my friends. I'm going to show you how I make corner blocks for Cove molding. This is the block that I'm going to make. You'll be turning this on the lathe, so you want to use a closed grain wood that's light and easy to work with. So I chose to use poplar. I milled my stock to 3" by 3".
I'm selecting the sides that's going to go to the wall and the ends that I don't want to turn. So this has some knots. I don't want to turn into that. This has a flaw, so I'm going to put the flaw to the middle.
I'm using Titebond 2 for the glue up. You want a glue that's going to hold real secure, and the cardboard that I'm going to use in here will be able to be split apart, and to do that you take a chisel. I used a planer knife because it's wider, and that forced the cardboard to split when I was finished turning.
This is cardboard from a box, but it's similar to what's the backing of a tablet paper. And we're going to do the same with this one.
Take notice that I am applying cardboard in between each of the glue seams. So each block has cardboard separating it. That's so that when we're finished we can break the turning apart into 4 separate pieces. I'm going to clamp this together with the strap clamp. This is great for clamping any item where you need to hold pressure from the circumference.
Pretty tight. A little bit of glue squeezed knot. I'm using poplar blocks because they're a closed grain and it's a light wood. And I'm going to use this faceplate. The intersection gives me a centering. You know, I can center on these lines, and I'm not going to run screws in there. I'll run screws in these holes. And this side I prepared for the live center. I have the end clamped until the glue dries. Once it's dried, I'm ready to turn. Because of the shape of the live center, this center point would act like a wedge, and I don't want that pressure to force any of these blocks apart, but I do want this outer ring to support and hold that block together. So what I'm going to do is take this countersink, which has the same profile as the center, and I'm going to bore the block with this so that this basically is ineffective as far as pushing the blocks apart. And I'll hit the dead center of the blocks. And that should do it. Just a little more for safekeeping. There we go.
I'm marking the line where I want the flat shoulder to be on the corner blocks on the Finials. And this pencil line will be very visible when it's spinning on the lathe. Very easy to pick up.
Marking this at 3 inches. This will be the area that won't be turned.
Always rotate your workpiece when you chuck it up on the lathe. Make sure that you have enough clearance between the tool rest and the block. Make sure you turn it a full 360 degrees, making sure that all the corners will clear. Secure the live center into the back end of the block of your turning piece, and make sure it's very tight. Also have your lathe speed at the slowest that you can get it. This is a lot of wood that's going to be spinning, and there's a lot of large corners that could give you problems. Start your turning from the outside corner, taking very, very little off each time. Keep working this down, being very cautious the whole time. As you get this turned down, stop the lathe and readjust your tool rest to match the angle at which you're turning. I'm sorry, but this is about where my battery quits in the camera. But I did finish some pictures here. This is the turning block painted, and I separated the block using a planer knife to pry the cardboard apart. And these finished pieces will now be placed, they'll be flipped, placed upside down in the upper corner in my kitchen, and Cove molding attached to it. Thanks for watching, my friends. Bye-bye.